Ever since the Golden State Warriors dynasty began, the spotlight has always been pointed straight at Stephen Curry, the player who changed basketball forever. But deep inside the foundation of every championship run, every defensive stand, every emotional spark, there has always been one man whose influence goes far beyond the box score, the stats sheet, or the highlight reels. And today, the entire NBA world is buzzing because new revelations suggest that Draymond Green's secret impact on the Warriors has completely shifted the team's championship hopes, not next season, not someday, but right now. And what has just come out is shocking even for longtime Warriors fans. For years, analysts have debated Draymond Green's value, especially as the league shifted toward high-powered offense and superstar scoring. But the truth is, behind closed doors, Warriors executives, coaches, and even rival players have admitted that there is something Draymond brings that nobody else in the league can replicate. It's the combination of leadership, intensity, defensive command, and emotional control, or sometimes lack of control, that can literally swing the outcome of a season. And according to new insider reports, the Warriors coaching staff has recently uncovered data, patterns, and internal evaluations that reveal how much Draymond impacts winning, and the numbers are way more extreme than anyone expected. What has shocked the basketball world is this: Golden State's chances of making a deep playoff run have skyrocketed because of one major internal discovery. It turns out that whenever Draymond is fully locked in, healthy, and mentally stabilized, the Warriors' defensive rating jumps to a level equivalent to a top 3 championship defense in the entire league. But when he's missing, suspended, unfocused, or not emotionally invested, the Warriors fall statistically to the level of a lottery team. That's not an exaggeration, that's the reality the staff has been discussing behind the scenes, and it's now leaking out. This revelation has changed everything for the Warriors' front office. Suddenly, their off-season decisions, their rotation plans, their playoff strategies, even their trade considerations have all been recalculated based on one fact: Draymond Green is not just the emotional heartbeat of the team, he is their championship engine. And without him firing on all cylinders, the dream is over before it begins. But with him locked in, the Warriors are far more dangerous than the public realizes. Sources close to the locker room say that earlier this month, the team held a closed-door meeting where Draymond spoke in a way he hasn't in years. Teammates reportedly said he looked both exhausted from past controversies and fired up with new determination. He admitted his mistakes, acknowledged that he crossed lines too many times, and promised that the version of himself entering this new season is different, more mature, more aware, and more focused on leadership than ever before. Players who were in the room said it was the most powerful speech Draymond had given since 2015, when he pushed the Warriors to find their championship identity. But it wasn't just a speech. After that meeting, Curry apparently pulled Draymond aside and told him something that insiders are calling the moment that changed the season. Steph reportedly said, "We can win again. But only if you're you. The real you. The one who makes us believe." That line hit Draymond hard. According to people close to the situation, Draymond has been training differently, watching more film, and spending more time mentoring the younger players. And the coaching staff immediately noticed something. His energy in practice shifted from emotional outbursts and frustrations to laser-sharp discipline and leadership moments. The young guys responded. Veterans responded. Even players who've had tension with Draymond in the past said they feel a new level of comfort around him. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Warriors management has reportedly developed a new Draymond system, a strategy designed not just around his play style, but around his presence. It's a structure where Draymond becomes the defensive coordinator on the floor, the one who calls switches, directs traffic, and sets the tone for every possession. Coaches want him to be the quarterback of the defense in a way even more extreme than previous years. They realize that when Draymond is empowered and trusted, his value multiplies. They also discovered something surprising. Whenever Draymond takes on that leadership load, Steph's efficiency goes up, Klay gets cleaner shots, and the pace becomes smoother. It's like Draymond unlocks the whole Warriors' identity. And this year, the staff is planning to lean into that identity harder than ever before. But this is where the NBA world really started to pay attention. Rival scouts watching Warriors practices said Draymond looks faster, more controlled, and more physically prepared than he has in 3 seasons. They said his footwork looks sharper. His rotations look quicker. And his IQ, which has always been elite, seems to have leveled up even more. One scout apparently said, if Draymond actually keeps this energy all season, the Warriors are way more dangerous than people think. They're not washed. They're reloaded. This is where the plot thickens. Draymond privately admitted to teammates that last season felt like rock bottom. The suspensions, the criticism, the conversations about moving on from him, it shook him. And instead of collapsing, it had the opposite effect. It made him reflect. It made him hungry again. One teammate shared that Draymond told the locker room he refuses to go out as the guy who lost control. He wants his legacy to end the right way as the player who built a dynasty, protected it, and helped lead it one more time. Behind the scenes, Steph and Draymond have reportedly been spending more time together than usual this offseason, reviewing film, discussing rotations, talking through leadership roles, and essentially rebuilding the chemistry that made them unstoppable. Sources say their bond is renewed, refreshed, and stronger than it has been in years. The two veterans know their window is closing, but they also know they have one last shot, and they want to take it together. The Warriors' coaching staff has also introduced new defensive schemes specifically designed for Draymond's strengths, switches that allow him to guard both perimeter and post players, blitzes where he leads traps on elite guards, and rotations that rely on his communication more than raw athleticism. These strategies maximize his IQ and minimize unnecessary risks. It's the smartest use of Draymond the team has ever built. Another major development: several young players have openly credited Draymond with their improvements. Jonathan Kuminga reportedly told coaches that Draymond has been mentoring him in film sessions, teaching him defensive angles and how to read complex offensive movements. Brandon Podziemski has said privately that Draymond's guidance has made him a better decision maker. Even new additions have been surprised by how vocal and supportive Draymond has become. This matters because the Warriors aren't just relying on veterans anymore. Their young core is becoming a real part of the team's success. And Draymond being the bridge between the old and new generations could be the key that keeps the dynasty alive longer than anyone expected. But the real twist came from the front office. According to insiders, the Warriors have decided that as long as Draymond is healthy and mentally stable, they will not trade him under any circumstances this season. They believe his value to the team's identity is too high to risk losing. The staff believes this roster has one more deep playoff run in them, and Draymond is the centerpiece of that plan, not the side character. This is a complete reversal from previous discussions where trading Draymond was actually considered. The team truly believes that this year, everything rises and falls with him. And that leads us to the biggest revelation of all: the Warriors' championship hopes. The chances of Curry lifting another trophy, the possibility of one more parade through San Francisco, have dramatically increased because of Draymond's renewed presence and performance. Not a shooter, not a scorer, not a flashy superstar, but the emotional backbone and defensive genius that makes the Warriors' entire system function. When Draymond is locked in, the Warriors don't just play better, they become contenders again. And that's why the NBA world is stunned. Because for the first time in years, Draymond Green looks like the version of himself that built a dynasty. The version that terrified the league. The version that elevated Curry's greatness. And the version that might just give the Warriors one last legendary run. If this new mindset stays consistent, if Draymond stays healthy, if he keeps his emotions under control and uses his leadership the right way, then the Warriors' championship hopes haven't just improved, they've been reborn. And the NBA needs to be ready, because a focused Draymond Green means a dangerous Golden State Warriors team. And once again, the league might have no idea what's coming.